All right, welcome back to Build Your Legacy Insurance Edition podcast. What's going on, Travis?
Oh, nothing much, Bill. How are you, man?
Yeah, doing good. You having a good summer?
Can't complain. Weather's been great.
There you go. There you go. Have a good 4th?
Yeah, it was good. It was
There you
good.
go.
How about you guys?
Yeah, it was nice.
Good.
See, you're wearing a fish. You been doing any fishing?
Once or twice,
There you go.
not enough. You know, been a busy summer, if you know it, in a good way.
That's right. That's right.
How about you guys?
Yeah, no, never enough of anything. It's always too busy. But
Yeah, between chasing kids and working and all that stuff, it's hard to find time for yourself.
It is. It is. So Travis, I was talking to my buddy Sam down in Alabama, and he was commenting about the disruption there is in the captive and direct writer space down there. I think we're seeing the same thing here. It's probably throughout the nation. So thought we'd talk about it.
Yeah, we're seeing some disruption and have been seeing some disruption there for quite some time in the hard market that we've been going through and we're starting to come out of. But the hard market has really, I'd say, amplified that disruption. And the biggest thing we're seeing is commission cuts.
Okay.
You know, we're seeing these captive and direct writers have their commissions cut pretty substantially, sometimes up to 20% right now, just for existing business that they have on the books.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, you look at there, that's a big chunk of change for some of these guys.
It's a big chunk of change, right? And when you look at the market right now, I feel like if you're a captive person with only one option, you know, I see what our members are dealing with, what our agency's dealing with as far as the time and the education being spent on retaining business. If you only have one option, I can only believe that is, you know, a harder proposition. And to then see your compensation cut substantially while having to focus on that's a tough piece.
Yeah. So we're saying the compensation's cut, and we're in a hard market too.
Yes.
And I'm sure they're seeing the same thing to some levels there with their specific company that they write for.
Yeah, and I mean, I think we've talked about it in the past. You know, they're within that disruption of the hard market. You know, there's a few ways carriers can find their way back to profitability. One of which is to cut commissions. The other is underwriting changes, which when you only have one option, that's a tougher proposition to sort of swallow. The other piece to it that we're also seeing, it's not just the hard market, it's the cost of distribution for those captive carriers. It's higher than it's ever been. And so cutting that compensation is a way for them to lower that distribution cost as well.
Okay. So I guess when, you know, these agents are seeing this, they're calling.
In today's market, you know, the consumer is wanting options and the agent is no different. So there's just the natural want for product flexibility and the ability to have more options. You add in there that on top of these compensation structures, these companies are kind of offsetting some of these issues by pushing life insurance and making them write more life insurance, things like that. So they're limiting or they're having their model be, you know, dictated to them versus creating their own business model. And then the other piece of it at the end of the day is it's not an asset. They don't own it and they understand that. And so they're looking at the independent channel as a business decision. If I'm going to continue my career, I want product flexibility. I want the ability to dictate and build my own business model. And ultimately, I want that long-term asset and equity to make that transition.
Yeah. And I think some of them do have some exit strategies that they can get out. Some may be stuck. I don't know, but you know, I do think there's that way out. So they are starting to look. They are starting to talk to us.
You mentioned the exit strategies. There are exit strategies there, but just like we talked about with being prepared to buy, these agents need to be prepared to exit, and they need to start laying that groundwork now. And I think those are the conversations we're having: is helping these agents know what's out there and getting prepared to make that exit in due time.
Yeah, makes sense.
And listen, when you look at the market trends and the fact that the independent agency consistently is gaining market share versus the captive world, it's the right business decision for you if you're going to be a long-term agent moving forward.
Well, I certainly agree with that.
So, well, look, I appreciate Sam bringing it to your attention. Roll Tide,
right.
Sam, and we'll have to get together and do another one here soon. Okay, Bill?
Sounds good.
All right, buddy.
See ya. Thanks for tuning in. You can catch our Build Your Legacy Insurance Edition podcast on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Be sure to subscribe, leave us a review, or send us over a topic recommendation at podcast@siaofnc.com. If you're interested in learning more about what we do, visit us online at www.siaofnc.com. We hope you enjoyed our newest episode. See you next week.